Good morning, children! Today is another day full of fun and learning. So, let's get started right away. Let's start with our power up, which is the odd one out. Pause and think. Okay, so let's get back together. So, children, which is the odd one out? If you think it's C because it has a different color than the other three shapes, well, it's correct. Accepted. And if you say it's D because it's the only circle among the shapes, it's also correct. But do we have any other answers? Well, you are right. It could also be A because it's the only shape that is not divided into equal parts. Well, as you can see, one part is bigger than the other. And yes, it could also be B because it's the only shape that is divided into 4 parts. Well, I am so impressed with all your answers. And this, children, brings us to our wealth and wealth. Today, children, we are learning to recognize and find halves and quarters. And by the end of the lesson, you will be able to identify and make equal groups. Also, you'll be able to solve problems related to finding halves and quarters. I have here 12 wafer sticks. I love wafer sticks. Now, I can only eat half of these wafer sticks. How many can I eat? Let's find it out. So, I have here 12. To find out half of 12, let me split these into 2 equal parts. I have here some plates. Here you go. Let me share my wafer sticks into 2 parts. One, another one here, one there, here, and there. There, I'm done. I was able to split or to group my wafer sticks into 2 equal parts or into halves. So, I have here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And here, 6 as well. Therefore, I can only eat 6 of my wafer sticks because 6 is half of 12. What if I can only eat a quarter of my wafer sticks? How many wafer sticks can I eat? What is a quarter of 12? Let's find out. Since I have divided my wafer sticks into halves or into 2 equal parts, I will now divide or split each half into 2 equal parts, since 2 quarters make a half. So, let me do that. I have another plate under. So, I'll divide this into 2. One here and one there. And there, here, and there. To show you the quarters, I will also divide this half into 2. Because again, 2 quarters make a half. Now I have quarters. I have 4 equal parts or equal groups of wafer sticks. And I can only eat a quarter or 1 quarter. That means I can only eat 3 wafer sticks because 3 is a quarter of 12. That's amazing. Let's see. Let's answer this problem. Complete the questions below. What is the whole amount? You are right. The whole is 20 mangoes. Well, as you can see, there are 5 mangoes in each row. So we can just count in fives. 5, 10, 15, 20. Next question. If the mangoes were divided into halves, how many would be in each part? You may pause and answer. Let us check. Let's split these mangoes into halves. There. And you are right. There are 10 in each part. Half of 20 is 10. Another question. If the mangoes were divided into quarters, how many would be in each part? Again, you may pause and answer. Now, let's check your answer. Since we have divided the mangoes into halves already, we can split each half into 2 to get the quarters, right? Let us do that. Let us divide that, and one more here. There you go. We now have 4 equal groups or quarters. And again, you are correct. A quarter of 20 is 5. Well done, children. Let's have another challenge. There are 16 birds. A quarter of the birds fly away. How many are left? Pause and think. Now let's check. So we have to find out the number of birds that fly away first. And to know that, let's split the birds into quarters. So let me do that. I'll split the birds into halves first. Like so. And then into quarters. Since there are 8 in each half, and I know half of 8 is 4, then I'll split the birds here to show quarters. Now, let me cross out a quarter to represent the birds that fly away. There you go. So, how many birds are left? You are right. There are 12 birds left. This time, children, let's play the game Find the Fib. Here, 3 statements will be given. 2 of those are telling the truth about the picture given, and 1 is just a fib or a false statement. You have to find out which one is not true or which one is just a fib. Okay, let's start. Look at the box of crayons. Which statement is not true or just a fib? Is it A? 3 crayons is a quarter of 8 crayons. B? The whole is 8 crayons. Or C? Half of the crayons is 4. Pause and think. You can use some counters to help you out. Now, let us check. So, children, what is your answer? Is it A? Let us see. And you are correct. The first statement is just a fib. It is not true because 3 is not the quarter of 8. 2 is the quarter of 8. Therefore, statements B and C are both true. Let's have another one. Now let's look at this tray of eggs. Which statement is not true? Is it A, half of the tray of eggs is 5? B, 10 eggs can be shared into 4 equal groups? Or C, the whole is 10 eggs? Again, children, you may use some counters to help you out. Pause and think. Now, let's check. So, which is the fib? What? B? Let us see. And again, you are correct. The second statement is not true because we cannot divide 10 into 4 equal groups. That means statement A and statement C are both true. Well done, children. Since you have solved some problems on finding halves and quarters, very smartly I must say, I've got you a challenge. Now, do you think you can make your own number story problem for finding halves? Alright, here is the picture. Create your own number story problem to go with this picture for finding halves. You will find this picture in your seesaw activity. So, create your own problem and complete this in your seesaw journal. I will be reviewing your work there and find out how well you have done that. I'm so excited to see your own number story problems. So that's it, children. That's all for today's math. See you again next time. Bye for now, children.